Fasting is a much more powerful spiritual discipline than you think. And I don't want you to be ignorant about this, so here are 6 spiritual benefits of fasting. Number 1 is that fasting draws you nearer to God. Like any other spiritual discipline, fasting helps you to build up and edify your relationship with God and be drawn into deeper intimacy with Him. And usually when you're fasting as well, you're going to be spending more time in the other spiritual disciplines, which is also going to help you to build up your relationship with God even better. The second spiritual benefit of fasting is that it helps you to grow in humility. Fasting is the God-given way for us to humble ourselves. The third spiritual benefit of fasting is that it helps you to receive deliverance. It's in and through fasting that God delivers us from a variety of things, including demonic forces, sin, and strongholds in the mind. And so if you're struggling with something, you're in bondage and you need deliverance, one thing that you should do is fast. The fourth spiritual benefit of fasting is that it increases you in self-control. Abstaining from food, something that you need to survive for an extended period of time, is an excellent way to growing your self-control. And the best way to increase in self-control is through putting yourself in situations where you need to control yourself. Fasting naturally, of course, is one of those situations. The fifth spiritual benefit of fasting is that it helps you to crucify the flesh. Because in fasting that not only are you starving yourself literally, but also you're starving the flesh of its nourishment as well. And you're building up and edifying the spirit because you're also engaging in a variety of other spiritual disciplines, being prayer, reading the word, and worship. And all these things, including physically starving yourself, helps to really crucify the flesh and put it in its place. Now, the sixth and the last spiritual benefit of fasting is that it does help you to hear God's voice. In part because when you're fasting, it puts you in the proper heart posture and the proper position to be able to hear God's voice well. And because you're spending so much time with God, usually more than what you would usually be doing, it also makes it a little bit easier for you to be attuned to God's voice. So here are the 6 spiritual benefits of fasting, and I hope that learning these things will encourage you to fast. I hope that this helped and gave you something to think about. If you want more content like this, go ahead and drop a sub or a follow. And if you want to hear more teachings from me that are outside of short form content, I want to recommend you join my Bible classes every single Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Google Meets.